America is an ever-changing place. We are a country that is different everywhere we go, whether it is East Coast or West Coast, or even the same state, and many people struggle to make a living. Imagine living in an area where your family income is less than $50,000 a year. Your parents are working from 8 a.m. to 6 or 7 p.m., and the neighborhood you live in is controlled by gangs. If you aren't in sports or extracurricular activities, that leaves you at home alone from 3 p.m. until your parents arrive at home. As a child, leaving you vulnerable and capable to fall into the pressures of the local gangs to help fill your time or maybe bring in money to support your family. This all starts as a middle school student and happening until you can escape this area. Now that you've thought about this as a white child, imagine yourself as an African American child in the Des Moines metro area. In the Des Moines metro area alone, African Americans are arrested 7.4 times more than any other race. Over 150 years ago, three women decided to change the lives of millions of children across the United States of America by helping to prepare them for their successful futures. Elizabeth Hammersley, Alice Goodwin, and Mary Goodwin founded the Boys and Girls Club of America for children of all races, Latino, African American, white, Asian, or refugees coming from a difficult personal life. The Goodwin family has been the owners and part of the Boys and Girls Club since its beginning. The new president is Jim Clark. He took over in 2012 and he heads over 4,000 clubs and 4 million children from ages 5 to 18. The mission statement for every Boys and Girls Club across the United States is to inspire and enable all young people, especially those who need us most, to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. The goal to make the children's lives better isn't just to teach them how to live, but to better their living by giving them meals that their families usually can't afford. The Boys and Girls Club of America is a 100% nonprofit organization that is sponsored by former alumni and companies in the cities. The Boys and Girls Club of Central Iowa is very successful in helping their children graduate and continue being successful after high school. 91% of the students in club graduate high school compared to 50% of those who don't participate in club. They also have 57% of club alumni say that Boys and Girls Club. For the hands-on experience of working with the children of McCombs Middle School, I had a meeting with the area director of the Boys and Girls Club. While being interviewed, I asked the area director what is the biggest challenge arising from the McCombs Middle School site. Her response: unlike all the other sites in Des Moines area, the children of McCombs don't have a separate building to do all our programs. They have to share a site with the middle school. Since McCombs is on the south side of Des Moines, the poorest area in Des Moines, we are having trouble finding enough funding to build or buy a new area for these children to thrive as well as they do at the other sites. Once you see the McCombs site, it is very evident the struggles that the volunteers and children have of trying to share the facilities with a middle school that is very outdated. The Boys and Girls Club of McCombs Middle School in Des Moines is just one of the clubs Mr. Jim Clark is in charge of. They help about 65 kids and have a total of 8 program workers, and 4 are in college. They are led by Kendra Allen, originally of Kansas City. When I asked her why she chose to work at Boys and Girls Club, she responded, "I want to make a difference in the lives of the future of America. My goal is to help and get every one of these kids a high school diploma and an equal opportunity to become successful in the real world." Secondly, I asked, what is the biggest struggle that you have come across in trying to get these kids to hit their full potential? Kendra responded, "The fact that we don't have our own building like the other clubs do, and that we are short-staffed. It is difficult to figure out what every kid needs or is struggling with when we only have 5 program workers that come in on a daily basis. These kids thrive for a one-on-one relationship that they don't usually get at home." Fortunately, in a personal experience my second day there, I got to work with a 10-year-old Hispanic boy on a project about a fellow student who had won an award for the Boys and Girls Club. They had been working on writing these articles for about 3 weeks, and he was at the conceding stage. I sat down to work with him in a separate room, and he opened up to me about his home life, struggles in club, and school. The club had sent this child home earlier before because of not participating. I asked him what was most frustrating about the Boys and Girls Club. He responded, "We get told at club that we are going to help out at the YMCA and nursing home and raise all this money to help them. Then we never get to go out and help these areas because we don't have enough time or enough money to get to these places and help them." It was the most intriguing answer I received. This child was thought to be a troublemaker and stubborn, but really he was probably the most soft-hearted, nicest kid in club. Not being able to help these people they were being told they would get to do actually got him extremely upset and frustrated. The workers had no idea that this particular student was acting out because he didn't feel like he was helping anyone. The Boys and Girls Club of McCombs Middle School deserves this $200 grant because they are helping to prepare the future of Iowa and the United States with these children and children to come. yet they don't have the right amount of staff or facilities to really get the children to the prime position they can get to. These children deserve an equal chance to thrive and become successful citizens in this state. These students want nothing more than to go out and help their communities like the Hispanic boy I talked to. But the funding just isn't there to pay for transport. With this $200 grant, the Boys and Girls Club would be able to hire 2 more staff or start the fundraising process to build or buy a new facility to get the kids above and beyond, helping them make quicker bounds to become greater students that graduate from high school, make their communities better, and maybe even graduate from college.